Conrad Muse came out of Hawkstone in third in the championship, another 9 points back. Tied with Taylor Hammer who's also on 38. And Taylor took a win, like we said at the Hutt Cup, turned him over.
Yeah, one thing that we didn't get to, Jeff, was he actually had a goggle issue in the second one, which cost him a bit of time as well. So he did not have as good a race in the second one for reasons outside his control. There's the three of Josh Gilbert. Let's not talk about Hawkston for those.
No, guys. He needs a fresh start.
Oliver down the inside. There's Ben Watson. Just looking at Jeffrey Herlings, then he has gone to the left of the doghouse as we look from the first corner, and Conrad Muse has gone outside of Jeffrey Herlings and left a gap. So there's Ben Watson, the Dirt Store Triumph rider.
Looking very Larry, I have to say. That's full 90s get up going on there.
He has, we're not going to be able to not pick him out. And look, so he's great. But there's the 555 Mackenzie Marshall coming in, the 91 of Sid Putnam. There's the 811 Chambers KTM of Adam Sterry, and 579 of Bobby Bruce, a rider that I didn't realise that Brian Jorgensen was helping training as well. So nice to have him. I hope the race that you were watching on screen, I was outside watching that MX2, and that was an absolute barn burner of a race.
Yeah, it took a little while to warm up because they were a bit spread out, but then obviously with like 10 to go we had all that drama, but as we said, ultimately it was Heyman taking the race with him.
So here we are then, everybody lined up for the first of our Pico Factory Racing MX. Yeah, I know. Here we go. We're back on. So we've got. Okay, so here we are then. It's Taylor Hamill that leads it. Got massive echo back on my headset, massive. So it's Hamill from Carl Husband, from Oriel Oliver, then Jamie Carpenter. We had a massive power outage here at Preston Docks.
Yeah, apologies for all you viewers at home. I think you might still have actually had the feed.
We just died.
But we completely lost everything in our... so apologies about that, for the lack of commentary on the early parts of this race, but we can't commentate on stuff we can't see. So apologies for that. Hopefully you still managed to see the actual action. Many of you would probably say, well, I'm glad they've stopped talking. But either way, there's an exciting couple of laps, that's for sure. So if you've been following it, well, you can see on your screen, Taylor Hamill leading the way, making a really good start. Husband in second. This is going to be some race.
Yeah, the fucking plug broke on there.
Yeah. So full on. Let's get up to speed now. Then now we're back at least at it. This is going to be an absolute ripper, Phil.
Yeah, I got lots of feedback through my headphones, Jeff. So Taylor Hamill then, the man that I've been bigging up all season, he's the man that's currently leading then on the DRT Kawasaki. There's Jefrey Herlings. He's obviously, he's fighting his way back. He's now up to third. And Conrad Muse comes through. He puts a pass there on the number 6 of Carlton Husband. But all going on here, we just like say, literally the gate dropped and the power went. But Taylor Hamill still then leads with 18 minutes and 13 seconds left.
I don't know what was more entertaining, the opening parts of the laps or the look on mine and Phil's face when we lost power. It was quite, especially with the race, with Herlings getting a bad start and all the drama, so apologies for that. But we're back at it now. There's still got plenty of race to go, and Herlings is on a march. Taylor Hamill, don't look behind you.
So Husband under all sorts of pressure from Adam Sterry. Sterry makes the pass, and there's Watson through as well. So where was Watson? Watson's 8th.
Yeah, he made a terrible start coming through. Herlings as well was quite a way down on that opening lap. I mean, this is a great opportunity for Taylor Hamill. I mean, it's a big ask. Quickest lap of the race was actually set by, let's get it up, Phoenix Tools. Quickest lap of the race goes to Oriel Olivier. So they're in second, not necessarily the race leader. Last lap around, he set the quickest, so he's getting up to speed. It was actually his last lap around, Phil.
That's Watson. And Sterry just making another pass. By the looks of it, around the outside of the 579 of Bobby Bruce. We need to see the battle at the front. There's so much going on in this MX1 race.
There is. This is brilliant. Like we said, not quite full lineups yet in MX1, but we're getting there. But like, even so, now with Herlings coming in and adding a different dimension as well, Phil, just mixing it up a little bit, particularly by not getting a good start. Conrad trying to go with him, of course. Now Taylor Hamill has just got to get the hammer down. He's leading the race. His confidence is so high. I mean, I saw him cross the finish line at the Hut Cup. Big old fist pump. He's starting to believe that he can do it on the 450, and he is leading the way here for the DRT Racing Kawasaki team. Carlton Husband looking behind him to see an eyeful of Jamie Carpenter on that second Crendon True 7 Honda racing machine. But here we go. So this is Watson, obviously brilliant in the sand. He's proved that from a young age. Very much his preferred surface, although obviously still really fast on any ground. But that's another move for him. So that's moving him up into 5th, the championship leader.
But Taylor Hamill absolutely killing it at the front at the moment, Jeff. The man on the DRT Kawasaki.
Herlings goes quickest, so there you go. Phoenix Tools' quickest lap of the race is now Jefrey Herlings with a time of 1:55.4. There you go. So Herlings now getting up to speed as well.
I'll say all sorts of gremlins.
This is going to be a tight run thing. Here we go. Taylor Hamill's lead is 1 second, 1.3, well, actually 1.35, so let's call that 1.4. But Auriel Olivier is closing in on him on that SS24 Gabriel KTM. There's Adam Sterry. He's just been pushed back to 5th. Sorry, 6th.
Right. So there's Taylor Hamill. So 23 of Hamill. It looks like our live timing is not telling us the truth, because I don't think that he's lost the lead and gone back to 4th.
Well, I think he might have done, because I just saw Watson behind him.
Ah, right, okay.
Because
so
you can see Ben Watson in that Larry kit, O'Neill kit, really easy. So yes, I think that is right. Hamill has gone down.
If we sit on this shot, so here's the race leaders then. Let's say all sorts of chaos going. It is Auriel Olivier that is in the lead on the Gabriel SS24 Factory Juniors KTM. The Spaniard showing his prowess in the sand, and there he is, the man behind him, the Bullets, Jefrey Herlings. So Hamill tipped off.
So yeah, there you can see how he's now closing in on him big time. So Hamill down to 4th, well, as we said. Now he's got Watson all over him. Muse there in 3rd. He should be able to come into shot about now across the front of the screen, because these top two are starting to just check out a little bit.
Yeah, 13 minutes and change left. A load of drama in that one. I'll say, everything just went off. I'm surprised we haven't had more issues with the wind. But anyway, whatever happened, we've got it back up. Apologies for the break in the transmission. We were running around like running round things here. And we're back with the battle at the front. It is Auriel Olivier, number 83, who will love to take this scalp of Jefrey Herlings if he can hold on for another 13 plus 2, Jeff.
Well, yeah, and Conrad is right there as well, not as far back as I first anticipated. We've lost track. Obviously, we didn't see the opening lap, so we're playing catch-up as well. There's Conrad laying it on as he tries to close, and look at that, he is laying it on, because Conrad Muse has just set the quickest lap of the race with a 1:54.32. Phoenix Tools. We are only, halfway into this race. We've had 3 or 4 different Phoenix laps.
Yeah, and the track is going to be breaking down. Here they are, top 3 then, as they make their way down to the far end of the circuit. The number 83 of Auriel Olivier still at the front. Jefrey Herlings is getting closed in by Conrad Muse as they come through this wave section. Here we go. Muse there in the background. This is your top 3, Jeff.
Oh, look at Herlings over there wheeling over that other jump. That's what Conrad was doing last year. It was almost like a rhythm section, slightly different timing. It's a kind of split lane. So varying ways to take that. Good for Auriel's confidence no matter what happens here. He's led a good few laps, well, 2 at least, since Hamill made that mistake. But he's got the Bullet right behind him, and Conrad definitely closing. Then it's Hamill for 4th, Watson 5th, Sterry 6th, Bobby Bruce in 7th, Jamie Carpenter at 8th, 9th his husband, and Ben Edwards having another solid ride.
Yeah, he's on that KTM, Mark McCann, and is it KTM Extreme? Not quite sure, can't remember the two. Absolute KTM. I need to do my own work on that one. I've walked past the truck 4 times and think, oh yeah, I'll remember that. Never do. But here we go then. Race leaders battling through the wind. You can see the camera shaking, but Auriel Olivier, he's still, he's not under pressure from Jefrey Herlings, is he?
Yeah, if anything,
there's
he's pulled
Muse.
a little bit. I will say this much, obviously, like the wind, it's not showing on your screens at home. It is, as they predicted, getting stronger out there. It's why we had that technical issue. You can really start to see it. A lot of the banners now taken down. Riders will cope with it. They're obviously pros. They know how to kind of like lean into the wind over the jumps.
There's only so much that you can do, though, Jeff.
Yeah,
Auriel Olivier, watch him through here. He'll double through these waves. Saw Herlings try and triple through there this morning, and he's took a load of time back. He's right now on the back wheel of Oriel Oliver as they go down into the back section. Where's Conrad Muse? There's Muse, the Crendon True 7 Honda rider, man who finished third overall at Hawkstone.
There's the bullet up the inside.
Pass for the lead.
Short route, just literally everything we've seen from Herlings down his career, taking the shortest, roughest route, smoothing it out, basically bouncing and wheeling over bumps that others don't. And he just took the short route and kept it lit. So now he controls this race. Is he going to control it at a steady pace, or is he going to try and just drop the hammer and break the resistance of now Oriel and Conrad Muse behind him? I said Josh Gilbert because out of the corner of my eye, I saw him on the screen. He has DNF'd this moto. Things aren't going well for him right now.
No. Torrid time for that team at the moment for no apparent reason. They're one of the best outfits in the paddock. But here's our race leader, Jefrey Herlings, then on the Honda HRC Petronas bike. Not Roger Harvey here overseeing him. So for me, the crux of the race now is how long does it take Conrad Muse to get by Oriol Oliver? And, well, I've got to be honest, this looks like Oliver is coming back at him. Oliver, he's still right there, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, what a confidence booster. Like, you've got to try and go with him. Easier said than done, but if you can, I mean, that's his best thing he can do right now, because that's going to at least try and fend off Conrad a bit more. I mean, it's high intensity right now. I don't think these guys are leaving that much. You know, they're putting it all down. I certainly believe they are. I think Herlings is like, maybe he's got a bit more in the tank, but I think they are pretty much riding at this point in the race on 100%.
Yeah, Oriel Oliver then will definitely not want to lose out too much. Herlings down into the back section. Conrad Muse needs to get past Oriel Oliver, but the first thing he needs to do is get close enough to make a pass, because Oliver, he's lost, 20 metres maximum in that one lap. That's all it is. Hamill still fourth, Watson fifth, Sterry sixth. A good run for Bobby Bruce on the 579 Honda in seventh. Jamie Carpenter eighth, Carlton Husband ninth, and Ben Edwards rounding out your top 10. But we are not taking our eyes off this battle at the front, and there's no apologies for that.
No, we are not. And obviously pro riding now. I can see straight away Oriel Olivier just lapped up around, changed his line instantly to where he got overtaken.
Yes.
Right, so that obviously is not working because he got overtaken there, so he switched to the inside. I've just been told that right now we've got a record amount of viewers viewing live, which is fantastic. So thanks for tuning in and joining us here at the Motul ACU British Championship.
Yeah, for the best half a race we've ever broadcast.
Yeah.
But, hey, look, technical things happen everywhere. Thanks to our broadcast crew for sorting out the problem really quickly and getting us back up online. Like I say, the weather here and the situation that we're working in, very, very much on the edge of stuff with what we're trying to do. And we're back on. Like I say, we missed the start. Taylor Hamill led for 5 laps. Let's give props to him. He's there in fourth. Taylor Hamill seems to be his place, but he led until he didn't. And like I say, it looked like it was a tip-off, which we didn't see. But he's there in fourth. But this is the battle, and it's still Jeffery Herlings. He's not
far
winning
back. You know, I can just see. I could see Hamill in the background. So he's there or thereabouts.
He is.
And to be honest, Watson is coming with him as well. I don't think they're closing in on the top two. Another big shout out to Dirt Store, by the way, because without those guys, we wouldn't even be doing this live stream. So thank you to them. Thank you to Motul for getting behind the British Championship, supporting it like they do. And of course, all our other series partners, notably Apico, who are supporting this MX1 class. So thank you to Dylan and the team there. Go and check, obviously, the guys out at Apico.
Conrad having a run around the outside there, Jeff. Is he going to try and finagle a pass around the waves? And here he comes around the outside. Oh, this is going to be tight. He's going to do him. Oh, brilliant pass. Moves up to second.
Yeah. And he did, and he muscled that because that was a confidence move, because he had to be brave there.
He did.
Because that was a pinch point, and he kept it lit.
He committed all the way up there and breezed past Oriel Oliver into second. Now he's got a back marker between himself and Jeffery Herlings. Oliver takes a quick look over his shoulder.
Right.
And I don't know who that was. It's moved out of the way, but they've just done a great job. So now we've got Jeffery Herlings and Conrad Muse, the battle that we kind of hope we would have.
Well, let's see what he's got, because now that's it. It's up, because he got away a little bit, as in Herlings got away that last lap as Conrad was held up. Remember, just prior to that, Conrad set the quickest lap of the race, so he's got the pace. Now he has got clear track, if you excuse the lap riders. They're going to have to kind of circumnavigate, but he hasn't got a competitor between him now. So let's see if Conrad can close this gap on Herlings. I'd say yes.
Oh,
because he's going to come into view from the outside. Conrad round the outside. Oh wow, what a race.
Wickenauer on circuit. Oh, he ran in the back of him. Wickenauer on circuit commentators absolutely blowing a gasket in the background, but Muse tipped into the back of Herlings there. Almost went down. That would have been terrible if that had happened.
Well, Conrad showing that he wants a piece of it, and we all know what he's capable of. We say it time and time again, don't we, Phil? British fans left a little bit perplexed by this sometimes, because he comes in British Championship and all those kind of things, and he just proves that he is just such an incredible talent.
Yeah, let's look. We'll leave that one on the side for now. Here he is chasing down the 5-time world champion. There's Herlings going down round the right, all the way down the right hand side. Conrad going through the centre.
Wow,
Oliver in there as well. A very good third. They've Gap Watson now, who's past Taylor Hamill. But here comes the leader, and he's closing in.
He is. And this is where he was so good last year. Or was it 2 years ago? I just know. But that is a great section for Conrad. He has that completely dialed. Of course, Herlings has that thing of being the first rider on a tightened track to come round. They're doing a good job with the blue flags. We've seen them there last lap around. But still, when you're the race leader, riders are not fully aware, even though they get the blue flag, exactly how soon they're coming up to them.
So it's literally 10 bike lengths in between the Crendon True 7 Honda, Conrad Muse in second, and Jefrey Herlings then on the HRC factory Honda. That is Oriol Oliver in third. They go round that corner and then they'll come back towards us. Here they come, and there's Herlings. There's one jump between them.
For this outside line, and I don't know if it's because he got held up last time, Herlings, but it worked for Conrad. He switches back to the inside this time. Yes. I think he just went out there because there was a rider between him and Herlings.
3 minutes 30 plus 2 to go. It's about 5 laps then, Jeff, I think. This was where Muse nearly ran into the back of him last time. They're going to come into traffic as they come down past the grandstand. Packed grandstand here. We've got a lot of people here as well. Tim Lightfoot saying he was really, really busy out there on his way in this morning. There's
Marley Barr with all his experience. He will get out of the way, and I don't think he's overly worried about being lapped at this stage of his career by those two.
So Muse then making his way through the traffic. It's Jefrey Herlings then. So obviously Herlings is going to come by. A lapper there just making himself scarce on the inside of the track.
What I would say, Phil, going on Conrad's reaction on the winner's circle after the second moto in Hawkstone, we know he was a bit behind the 8 ball. He said it himself with his off-season, but he was, honestly, you could tell he was gutted. He's not where he wanted to be. And he said, like, as this championship goes on, he's going to obviously improve and come back. And he has absolutely, whatever happens here, he's come out swinging this one.
Yeah, and that was a lovely run up there where he passed Oliver a few laps ago. Oh, Herlings makes a little bit of a mistake. Rear end spins up. And Muse had taken that inside line again. Jeffrey's running a bit high, wide and handsome around there. So 2:13 to go. They're going to get 2 laps to go, not this time, but next time. Oliver's still there as well.
He's not. It's a fair swap here, fair deal. I mean, they are at it. Jeffrey Herlings number 84 on that. There we are, HRC machine.
Look at the ruts up the face. That jump. That's a real good. Again, Conrad is not hanging about. He's there. He's right in on him.
A fair play. The lap traffic are kind of not doing too bad at the minute. They got a race to deal with themselves, of course, but I wouldn't say there's been any obvious hold-ups on their behalf. No. They're trying to stay out of the way the best they can. So, yeah, maybe Oriol just getting dropped a little bit now. Let's have a look at the times. Yeah, that's the gap between Conrad and Oriol has gone out to 3. Actually, from the leader, 3.5 seconds.
So there's Herlings over the jump. So Conrad did lose a bunch of time there by the looks of it.
Yeah, so there's, like I said, there's Tom Murphy in between.
Yeah.
Oriol's definitely dropped off the quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, so
that last lap was not good for him at all. He lost a bunch of time. He made a mistake.
So in that hairpin at the end of that run,
held up.
He got held up there or made a mistake. There's Herlings, and we were expecting to see Conrad. He's dropped, but he hasn't. It ain't over. This is going to be 2 laps next time by, and I think that whether Muse got held up by a back marker or made a mistake of his own, and there was other riders there, so even if it's taken his eye, you can kind of legitimise that. But there's Herlings just bouncing his way through there. You would pay money to watch this guy ride around on his own, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, the master of sand terrain racing, motocross racing, no question about that. Just from particularly when he was, even younger, and he had the way energy. He's obviously mellowed out a little bit, a bit more energy efficient. But in his early days, my God, it was a pleasure to watch because he would just slam anything.
He's a lot more mature now. His World Championship aspirations now relying a bit more on a bit of an older head on shoulders, taking seconds when he would have chased wins and gone down in the old days. But there he is. I think this is where Muse made the mistake on the last lap, because he was right on him as they went into there. The number 84 HRC Petronas. And Conrad's...
I mean, he's keeping him... the phrase, keeping him honest.
Keeping him honest.
Yeah, it really is. He's not out of it.
Jeffrey will say in the interview, almost certainly, I got a bit of arm pump. Because he just...
I'm going to hold you to that.
Yeah.
Right, let's see what he says.
I bet you one of Michael Smith's biscuits that he says that he had a little bit of arm pump.
I'll take that bet because there's plenty of them.
Yeah. Props to Freddie Bartlett, and he's there in 16th, the youngster. He's having a good ride. Bailey Sutton in 15th. We're concentrating on this battle at the front simply because these are the people that everybody have paid the money to come and see. Herlings skirting off at the front.
Went a little bit long there. Just that just a little tenth maybe.
He's still there. What's the gap back to Aurel Oliver? So he's 11
seconds behind Conrad. So
he's done.
He's settling for a third, no question about it. Conrad digging deep, but with 2 to go, he's going to have to dig exceptionally deep. If he can just get a run on this next lap and be on Herlings within 2 bike lengths, 3 bike lengths at the finish, it's on. If it stays like this, I can't see how he's going to get it back.
I think that it is now a little bit, not too little too late, but that mistake or whatever for Conrad a couple of laps ago, he's just lost the toe. And do you think that now the smart move would be, I'll keep your powder dry for Moto2 and see what we've got? But Jeffrey, whatever they paid him to come in this weekend, he's earned his money with that ride because he was pressured from literally like half distance by Conrad Muse. No chance to make a little bit of a breather anyway. Look at the ruts up the face of that jump there.
Yeah, and they hook out at the top as well. That's the key thing. Like it's not just they lining up the rut. They've got holes in at the bottom and the top. And your suspension comes in, preloads, then tops out at the top just when another hole forms. And that's why sometimes you might see riders just get a little bit of a nosedive.
Yeah. And there's a little bit of a kick there. But I am used to seeing him on the Honda now. It's no longer a surprise. And he looks, it looked like, same with Tim Geiser on the Yamaha, it took a little bit of time to get used to how they looked on that bike, the new kit, the new sponsors and everything. But it certainly rejuvenated the World Championship. And we're very, very fortunate that Jeffrey has managed to carry on his race every weekend. He's out of here tonight to go and race the Dutch Nationals on back in his own country in Holland tomorrow. So being able to do all of the gate drops that he's managed to pull over the years, the fact that Honda are happy to allow him to do that, and the risk of injury in these races is always like, oh, look at that.
I bet he's glad we built the Channel Tunnel because I wouldn't really get on a ferry tonight, I can tell you that. So yeah, he'll be whizzing back home to race, as Phil said, tomorrow, Easter Monday. Hope you're all having a fantastic Easter weekend, by the way, and you're spending your time with us. We really appreciate that. Go steady on the chocolate, everybody watching at home.
Yes.
Actually, no, don't. Live a little. Go for it. Yeah, so a little look over his shoulder here. He's got this one in check. I think Conrad, as you said, Phil, that would make sense. There's no, and just hope for that classic. Well, try and get it done in the sec one and take the overall.
Yeah, and obviously we saw that in the at Hawkston, where Ben Watson did just that. So run down then, Jeffrey Herlings is our current race leader from Conrad Muse. Aurel Oliver on the Gabriel SS 24 KTM, he is there in third. Ben Watson on the Dirt Store Kawasaki fourth. The DRT Kawasaki, the Dirt Store Triumph in fourth. Taylor Hamill on the DRT Kawasaki, he's fifth. Adam Sterry, the Chambers KTM, sixth. Jamie Carpenter on the Crendon True 7 Honda, he is there in seventh. Carlton Husband on the Phoenix Tools Fantic, he is eighth. Bobby Bruce on the 579 Honda, he's ninth. And Ben Edwards on the Mark McCann KTM, he is there in 10th. A good ride for him. Hat tip to Lennox Dickinson in 11th. A good ride from him as well. So Dickinson having a decent run. Let's just have a look as we're going to come by. This is where we're going to see the last lap board.
I think we're on the last lap now,
That's
Phil.
the checkered flag.
Yeah.
So we missed the board. You need to get yourself gone. So Jeff is making his way. We missed the 2-lap board there. So Jeff is going to get out there and do his thing. So a decent race then. Conrad Muse just running out of puff a little bit at the end, but it was 1.4 seconds. So although Jeffrey probably just eased off for the last few corners, it was very much a push to the end for the number 84. So Herlings across the line, Muse across the line, Oriel Oliver across the line in third, and then we wait for the very, very bright Ben Watson to come home in fourth, but they are a long way adrift. Our timing screen is waiting for them to update as they come across the line. They've lapped